Hi and welcome to Take Time to Create. This is where we take time out of our everyday lives to create new and wonderful things. Today I am going to do a sketchbook tour of my sketchbook that I created for the sketchbook project, and this is with the Brooklyn Art Library. So I purchased a sketchbook a little while ago and I finished it, and then I have sent it in, and by the time this video is live this will have already been sent in. And then they put them on display, and you can go and check out my book if you want, or any of the other amazing books that are already sent in. So let me give you a quick tour. I decided to do a book that used cutouts from old patterns, so I didn't draw this, but I really love the old patterns, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I do collages with them. I just love these beautiful patterns. I have a girl on the front, and I have a girl on the back, and here's my book number, and I will put that down in the description box down below so that you can find my book online. It will be digitized, so you will be able to see it that way. I took the paper out of the book and I replaced it with watercolor paper because I wanted to play with watercolor paper, and I really wanted to watercolor backgrounds. So that's what I did. The whole book has a watercolor background, and I added a quote on each page, and I would put a girl on as well. And it was just playtime. I just experimented and played and had a really good time. So this first one is a two-parter, and I have a girl here, and the quote is, "Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times." The other half of the quote is way at the end. "If one only remembers to turn on the light," by Dumbledore of Harry Potter. Very famous quote. Love it. All of these quotes have meaning, or they're inspiration in my life, or I just really enjoy them. So this is a little insight into me. Here's my info. You already have it if you're watching this video. All of my info is in the description box down below, but it's where people can find me if they pull up the book and they like what they see. The next page is "Believe you can and you are halfway there, Roosevelt," and I just did a blended background here with two girls in yellow, and I really like the spring colors. I was feeling the spring. Yeah, these were my last two pages. I work backwards. That's just the way I do it. But I had a label maker, you know, one of those dynamo ones that you like squish them together and it makes the letters raised up. Well, it broke. So these are just printed from my computer. But the rest of them have the really cool raised texture, but that's okay. I'm going to turn it in anyway. "Forever is composed of now," Emily Dickinson, and this one is just really nice and bright, and I used black and white girls with their clothing, and I just really liked how that turned out, the nice contrast between the two. "Bloom where you are planted," a favorite quote of mine. Painted roses. All of the watercolors I used Prima Marketing watercolors. I really like the classic set and the essence set and the Odyssey set. I think those are mostly what I used, but they were all the Prima Marketing watercolor sets. I will have affiliate links down below as well if you want to check those out. I love their watercolors. The next one is "Be Yourself, Baby Doll," and these are really fun. These are actually doll patterns that I think, yes, this came from my mother's stash. So these are doll patterns that my mother actually made us when we were younger. And to get this texture, I just used salt on the watercolors. "Stars can't shine without darkness," and this is just such a great quote. I love the way it turns out. I did a galaxy here, and this is where the center binding, you can see I punched it with an awl, and then I re-sewed it with some heavy-duty thread. I'm hoping it all stays together. Fingers crossed. It's a thick paper. It is re-sewn. I just don't want it to fall apart in somebody's hands, but if it does, it means it was well loved, and I do like that. "Some people feel the rain, others just get wet," Bob Marley. Always a great quote. Just love it. I found these girls in their winter gear, their rain gear, and I thought, oh, that's perfect for that quote. "You belong among the wildflowers." Once again, that's another favorite quote of mine, and I just like these girls, little 60s-ish, and very, very cute. These patterns are great. Okay. "I am not an optimist, but a great believer of hope," Nelson Mandela. And so this one, I just took paint and I just drug it to the sides, and I decided to meet in the middle that way, so it was fading out in the middle. I like the way this one turned out. "Never let your fear decide your fate." Boy, this one is a good one, and it's one that I like to have and remind myself, especially when I'm trying something new and I might be a little afraid, but Never let your fear decide your fate. And then there we have the end of the Dumbledore quote. So that one, I just wanted to have something that started here and ended here, kind of bring it all together. And that is my sketchbook tour, nice and quick. Once again, this will be digitized, and so you'll be able to see it and you can peruse it even more closely and even in more detail. And if you happen to be in Brooklyn when the new books are out, please stop by, check it out. I would love for you to see my book and see what you think of it. If you have any questions on how I did any of the backgrounds, or you'd like a tutorial on any of the backgrounds, just let me know in the description box down below and I can go ahead and make that happen. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and on my blog. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.